jefa in Spanish, hey, you think he could get 2 green salsas? And in Spanish, I hear her go, just give him 1. So the fact that you guys think I don't speak Spanish doesn't mean I don't fucking understand Spanish. It's fucking crazy. And she gives me 1 salsa, boom, right there in front of me. And I look at the tray, I look at her, and I just fucking walk away. Literally, that's where I was like, I'm never coming here again. You know? You could have easily been like,
Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now. While the angels fly over my headstone.
We are back with another episode of the God's Hour podcast with your boy Big Sorbavelli. Back in the place to be, La Merca Superior Palace 81 Studios. We are live in effect, live and direct. It's your boy, Mr. 9 Times. Yeah. And today's mathematics is January 30th, 2025. It is understanding and cipher, all being born to understanding. I think I've broken this date down before, but basically it's just understanding cipher in a nutshell. So when we understand cipher, we need to understand, obviously, our surroundings, the people around us. Just basically have like a good conscience about everything that's around us, our surroundings, our influences, everything. You know, you gotta, what do they say? You gotta read the table, or how does that shit go? You gotta read the room, right? Whatever it is, just understand it, take it into consideration, and then evaluate it. So it doesn't really get any more simpler than that. I guess the way I've been understanding cipher is just, I'm very aware of my surroundings. You know, this fool might have some fucked up energy, got to stay away from him or whatever. Like, just, it could be as simple as, like, when I got pho today and I held the door open for the guy that works there and he didn't say anything to me. So right there's like a cultural difference of like, maybe this fool doesn't like doesn't like Americans, or he doesn't like Mexicans, or whatever it is. It's kind of like, now I'm not gonna hold the door open for him anymore. And I didn't, you know, that would be sometimes when I was younger, whenever I held the door and nobody said thank you or something, I'd be like, you're welcome. You know, I'd pretty much make it known, like, you're being rude. You know, that's basically how I would say it. But whatever. It's just understanding cipher is basically just being aware of your surroundings. Peace. So today, like I said before, I was really busy. Well, for my weekend, it's kind of like I'm shooting this on my Sunday, but I killed Pomona loud. Like, I destroyed it. I can't believe, like, y'all can't get the fit, but I made it known, like, the Imperial, the hoodie with the, you know, the jacket, the White Sox hat. Let me just, before I go any further, man, rest in peace to Ken Flores. One of the, like, you could tell he was going to be one of the greats of all time. He was from Chicago, raza, Mexican. I think his parents are from Mexico. Or if I'm mistaken, I'm sorry. But it was just more so a bummer. Like, it's very well documented, his health complications and things of that nature. But you're never going to think. I mean, he was 28 years old. He was going to be 29 this year, which is so young and it's so crazy. I told my dad that. He actually looks like my cousin. And when I told my dad, yeah, he passed away, my dad was like, what? You know, my dad is a Pisces, so he feels for anything and everybody in situations like that where it's like, it's just a shame where a loss of life so young, and he had so much ahead of him. Ken Flores was, he's a super funny. It's kind of confusing saying like was and is, because I feel like his essence is always here, but like, you know, for people who don't know or whatever, it's just like, you know, it's hard to say he was here, because that's kind of fucking sad, but like that's just the reality of the situation. But Ken Flores was an amazing, underrated, underappreciated comic. I think I forgot what the little set he did, like maybe like a 10-minute spot he did. I forgot, like one of his jokes was funny as fuck. Like he said something like chips were $7, and he had like a whole basket of chips or something, and he saw somebody else buying chips, and he was like, "You gotta be one fat motherfucker," and he's like there with his like whole cart, and he's like, "Oh, I'm putting these back." Hilarious. Rest in peace to Ken Flores, man. Peace, prayers, and condolences and blessings to the family and friends of him. He was a great aspiring comedian. He performed at the Ontario Improv, and I was gonna go there, but I think he only did Friday and Saturday, and I don't have Friday, Saturday off. So it was a real bummer. I could have seen him, and I know his shit was lit. His stand-up comedy was super unique, and it wasn't like stereotypical like a George Lopez or a Gabriel Iglesias. It wasn't like a awkward, like more I don't want to say whitewashed, but like more Americanized raza stand-up, like what's his name, Ralph Barbosa. It was more so, and it wasn't really racist either, or tiptoeing along those like kind of like crude humor or dark humor like Rene Vaca. It was like he was in his own lane, and I love that. He kind of talked about his own life and being big, and I think that's dope. We need more comics out there like that, but it's like, it's just whack because he represented raza that needed to be represented and have like, you know, we all have those. If you're fat, or at least have like a you don't have to be fat to feel these kind of jokes, but it's like you feel fat when you're like, you do have a whole cart full of junk food, and you go to the grocery store and you buy a whole bunch of snacks and stuff that aren't good for you, and you're like, oh man, like I feel like a fat fuck. And it's just he not all his jokes were about being fat, but he would do crowd work. And anybody out there, man, I can't think of too many comedians that their career was cut short type shit, but like if you're out there, man, and you really like want to get into some good comedy, especially if you ain't up on game, Ken Flores was really dope, man. A lot of people don't really know about him, but if you're around the comedy world and you know about him, then you know like that fool was on his way to becoming a legend. I mean, some people would say he solidified himself as being like legendary status already, but I feel like the word legend gets tossed around too much. I would say he was well on his way to becoming one of the greatest of all time. And to me, that's kind of already like, you know, I don't want to sound rude in saying that, but, you know, people just throw words around. Like people throw loose terms around like, oh, like I'm a respectful guy. You're not respectful at all. You're an asshole. Like don't give yourself that title, dick, because that shit don't belong to you. You know, so I mean, I guess that was kind of a catch-22 what I just said there, but to put a good button on it, man, I would like to say rest in peace to Ken Flores. You will be very much missed, and your comedy lives on forever. So yesterday, I performed at Pomona Loud. I was hanging out with Dub. I shot a video after with Slick in Pomona, like right by where I perform and shit. And with Dub, you know, he's fucking getting, that's fucking weird. This bitch that looked like the ring came out and it's just fucking, she just looked out the window at me and shit. This is why I wish I had the blick on me, but fuck was I talking about? Pomona, right? So I was in Pomona, I was with Dub. Dub is on his journey of sobriety. I hope, you know, he don't get mad at me for, you know, saying the shit or whatever. But me and Dub, man, we have this interesting dynamic to where like the reason why me and Dub click so much is because we have a lot of similar traits. Like I think our sun and moon signs are very compatible. Not in a, what do they say, that is it platonic or romantic, whatever it is, like we're just good homies, you know what I mean? And I know how to push his buttons and piss him off. And he kind of doesn't really know. He's going to figure it out, though. Once he figures it out, we're going to be complete dickheads to each other. But I do worry about him. You know, I think sometimes his energy is really dark. And I completely get that because I'm the light bringer. I'm the light bearer. Like, I'll fucking, you know, I could put the light to 100 houses. You know what I mean? And no one really does that for me. No one really checks up on me type shit. But nonetheless, it's kind of like I fucking have allergies right now. And I should have had smelled some Vicks and shit. Do I have Vicks in here? Get some Vicks in the building. I do have Vicks. I think I'm just going to inhale some of this shit. Fucking shoot the Fetty out, Vicks. But I really do feel congested and shit. I feel like that didn't really do shit. I think I need to stuff the shit up my nose. Pause. But he gets mad when I bring up the pause shit. He's like, sometimes I really think you are homophobic. And it's like, so fucking what? I told him it's a joke. It's a fucking joke. It's just, that's why like a lot of people don't like me, because a lot of people feel like I say stupid shit or whatever. But it's like, that's fine. If there's anybody that could care less about anybody's opinion and shit like that, it's me, you know. And with Dub, it's just, then when he says shit like that, I'm like, man, like, come on, bruh. That was always my dad's reaction to whenever he would fuck around with me and shit. I would be serious with him. I'd be like, dog, like, get the fuck out of here. Like you're being mean right now. He'd be like, he would be like, he wouldn't say, I say get the fuck out of here, but he'd be like, nah, like, you know, completely dismissive. Why? Because his mom, my grandmother, was completely dismissive of his emotions. So I try not to be like that with him, but you're starting, right? I pull up, I practice, go in, sign up, practice. He's with me. We're kicking it on the couch. People go up. I'm number 3. I go up there. I murder this shit like I always do. Like, demolish it. There's not a crumb left on the plate for anybody to taste. Like, I'm really hard to follow. You got to come up there with a fucking ukulele. Like, you got to come left field with some shit. You got to play the bad joke. You know what I mean? The people that have been good following me have just been doing other shit. If you try to rap after me, you're done. I see people eat a bag of dicks like no other time when they follow me with rap. You got to follow me with rock, ska, some other shit, heavy metal. You know, and that's primarily what it is. I'm one of the few rap acts that goes up there, you know, and it's not like I plan it out to where like, oh, I know I'm gonna destroy the room and then no one can follow me after. Like, I like going early in the set. It's just more so that's just what it is. I bring the energy. And with this is more of like a younger college crowd of people. I want to say everyone at Pomona Loud is pretty much like, I want to say like my age to like 40, which is kind of like a big, you know, like a good 15 years. Like, I've seen like older people go up there. And it's just dope. I really commend Pomona Loud for, and Irene, shout out to Irene for putting up, throwing Pomona Loud. I would love to have her on the God's Hour. I support her and all of her, you know, things that she's doing with, you know, her businesses and stuff. Like, she's literally giving a platform for not only open micers, but vendors and like just artists. You don't have to do rap. Like, some open mics, it might be like, yeah, you could go up there with a flute and shit, but you might not be accepted. Like when I was performing for these other guys, I felt like my shit wasn't accepted for the longest time until I did my last show for them. And then that was when it was really like, oh damn, like this full. So I don't know if it was a crowd, but it was like I finally gained some like acceptance, and I was like, I'm done. Like this was my last show. Like you should have been supporting me a long time ago. I would perform in front of like 5 people. At Pomona Loud, you're guaranteed like at least a room of like 20 people. You know, so it's like you get a good amount of claps in the room if you do really good, which is what I need. I don't want to go up there like I know I'm gonna kill it, right? But back when I first started doing shows, it wasn't like that. I performed for like 2-3 people sometimes, and I go up there with new material, and I wouldn't know if I was gonna fucking eat shit or I was gonna do really good. And you need that when you're coming up, you need that uncertainty, that uncomfortability. When you're new and you're like, oh, you have that hot-headedness of like, oh, I'm going to go up there and I'm going to destroy. And then, no, you don't need that, bro. You need to be humbled. You need to be humbled wherever you are in your career, but especially in the beginning, you need it to be like, okay, chill out. This is, you're earning your bones, you're cutting your teeth. And it's funny because I was thinking people see me destroy the room, but they don't see the 10 years I put into the game. I perform like so many open mics and shows. I've been doing Pomona Loud at least once a month, you know, sometimes twice a month. And I love it. At these other places, I would be going once a month. So I think I've done Pomona Loud more times than more times than I have performed in a year over there. And it was in Ontario, and it's just the vibe was more so like, who is this guy? Like, who is Serbs? Like, we don't know what this whole shit is. People just were not accepting of my art. And in Pomona Loud, it's just everyone is open to your creative expression, and I love that. I think if you were gonna cut your teeth anywhere, I would say Pomona Loud is your home, your first stop, because there's open mics everywhere. But me, it's just I need to go to the gym. You know, I just need somewhere where I can knock somebody's fucking head off, and Pomona Loud just happens to be that place. It's kind of a little bit of a distance from my house, but I'll go there just to experience like and see other people, because I might get inspired. I might see some new artists. I might see some, like, you never know what Pomona Loud. Like, we got the regulars like Plague Man, and I forgot the homie. I think it's like Argo or something like that. My bad if that's not your name. But there's really good guitarists, singers that go up there and they kill it. I try not to perform the same songs because my anxiety goes through the roof because I don't want to fuck up. Then I overthink. A lot of the reason I end up stuttering or forgetting a line and shit is because I overthink. Like, I'm thinking about the performance more than I'm in it. And like 9 times out of 10, once I fuck up, it's usually in the beginning because I'm nervous. But after that, I just fucking like anchor down and I'm like, nah, fuck that. Like, I'm gone. You know, I'm lost in the moment, and people will never know that. For that feeling, bro, is unmatched. Where you're fucking nervous. The last 30 minutes, you're like, I don't know how this is gonna go. Are they gonna like me? Are they gonna mess with my song? Are they gonna, you know, is the DJ gonna be a hater? Like, all these things, right, could go through your head. But as soon as my hand grabs the mic and I say, Pomona Loud, what the fuck is good? It's like I'm home and I'm free. Yeah, I might stutter the first few lines, but after that, it's like I'm good. I didn't record this last set because it was a song I already did, but there's footage out there. So it doesn't matter to me. I don't need to film every performance. I just would like to perform a new song next time. I already know what I want to do for the next song, and I think with me, I have like, the way my memory works is super weird. Like, if if I do a song live and I mess up, I'll record it, then I'll go back to it and listen to it and fill in the gaps. Like my brain works weird, especially because I do so many fucking songs that it's like I get into these pockets or cadences or flows in the songs, and that's where I'll stutter step shit, and I'll be like, you know, K-ball black and frame hanging while my chain swing, fiend shoot the needle in the main vein. And I'll keep saying that. Like that was for the Ill Mind Cypher. I still got to go over there and record it with Prospect, but that was so I could remember and then go back to the footage and be like, oh, okay, this is where I mess up. And like all I got to know is those 4 bars leading up to where I would mess up, and then the line after, and then I'm good. You know, I would keep stuttering on this part, and I have like a photographic memory where I would like take a picture of the what I wrote in my mind and then say, K-ball black and frame hanging while my chain swing, feet shoot the needle in the main vein. K-ball black and frame hanging while my chain swing, feet shoot the needle in the main vein, and then I'm good. Like it's no fucking biggie, you know. So shout out to Pomona Loud and everybody out there. So after that, me and Dub went to go eat at this shitty taco place too. I don't even want to shit on it, but just when I ordered, I got the food and they give me 2 red salsas. If you're gonna give 2 salsas out, that's fine, but at least make 1 green and 1 red. And I said, hey, you think I could get 2 green salsas? And the chick, she asked the jefa in Spanish, hey, you think he could get 2 green salsas? And in Spanish, I hear her go, just give him 1. So the fact that you guys think I don't speak Spanish doesn't mean I don't fucking understand Spanish. Is fucking crazy. And she gives me 1 salsa, boom, right there in front of me. And I look at the tray, I look at her, and I just fucking walk away. Literally, that's where I was like, I'm never coming here again. You know, you could have easily been like, well, I can't give you another one because you paid, or maybe it's extra, or like, you know, sorry, we'll trade you something. I know whenever they give you a salsa or something, like all restaurants, it's trash, whether you use it or not, like it's done. I don't know why they do that, but I guess for sanitary reasons it makes sense. But there's certain things like that where I draw the line on with any business or any anything that has to do with people. So because, like I said before, like greed ruins opportunity. Because you didn't want to give me 2 green salsas like I asked, guess what? You're never going to see a dime from me again. You know, if you lie to me, you're dead. You're dead to me, especially with women. Like, and look, don't get me wrong. I lie my ass off and I bullshit, but it's really bullshit. It's not really because, oh, I'm trying to hide shit from people or like live this double life or some bullshit. Like, Dubs was like, yeah, you be bullshitting and you be lying and shit. And it's like, I ain't never lied seriously with you like that, bro. Like, to me, if something is very obvious, like if I told you the sky right now is blue, but I told you, yeah, you know, the fucking sky is red, that's not lying, bro. That's obvious bullshit. You know, that's very obvious that it's obvious that the sky, who the fuck gonna believe the sky is red? You know, you're just an idiot if you believe that. But for people who consider that lying, it's just like, okay, like, fuck you then. I could really care less. With just anything. If you lie to me, you're dead. You know, I really like this girl, but she's a fucking mentirosa. You know, I text her. And I saw her and I was like, hey, did you get my text? She goes, no. Okay, you're cut off. Like a lot of women feel like they played me or like they got one up on me or some shit. It's like, no, you didn't. You really didn't. Like, you didn't even know that I let this shit go off of the tracks the way I did because I didn't even say anything. And then you think you're all peachy and shit because whatever the fuck. You thought I was dumb. Like, I let people think I'm dumb. I love it. Keep thinking I'm dumb. Keep thinking I'm stupid. Because the more you know you ain't gonna know shit. Shout out to MF Doom. But that's neither here nor there. We shot a video, me and Slick. He pulled up all late. It kind of worked out too, because Dub didn't even want to be in the video. And that was like the whole purpose of him being there. So he could like represent with me. But I pull up to Pomona Loud. He leaves. Slick rolls through. We shoot. It took like maybe an hour. I think I pulled up like at 7:45, and then by like whatever, like 10:30 or something like that, we were done. I still got to chop it up. If anyone is around the Pomona area and they want to see my Uncle Bazaar's art, it's right there in downtown Pomona, right by the Fox Theater, the Glass House, the School of Arts right there. Like literally, you just walk, you pull up, you walk. And my uncle did like, you could tell, I want to say he's not done with the Aztec. It looks like a sketch right now. And then the one next to it is like a finished Aztec warrior or something. Like my uncle's like one of the illest, bro. I might put it up here or something, but my uncle is really a prolific artist. And I feel like artists in our family don't get the recognition that we deserve. I don't know too many art, but I know it's me and my uncle, and then all my family thinks like we're stupid and we're full of ourselves. But like Mock said, I'd rather be full of myself than full of shit. And we don't really even come around the family like that. Like my uncle got 2 kids, he's doing his own thing. I'm got my music and all that. I got my own things I'm doing. So I really don't have time for myself sometimes. And I did like, I recorded 7 songs today, and I halfways wasn't even feeling it. Like I'm just like, that fire where I would really be therapeutic with going into the booth. But I don't know if it was just today or whatever, but this really made me think like, oh fuck, like am I losing my magic? Like what's going on? Like why am I feeling like this? It just probably has to feel like, I don't know, like Dubs, he's going through his shit of like sobriety, and I could tell like it's weighing on him. Like I could really tell that he's going through it, and I feel for him. Like I understand, but it's just hard. Like I'm not trying to throw it on him and be like, oh, like I'm around him and I'm sad, but it's just more so like I just wasn't fucking in the mood to record, and I'm treating this shit like a job. Like if I don't do this shit now, I'm not gonna have any free time. And I don't know if that's wrong or right, but right now it just feels really therapeutic to talk about it. And I know I'm going to go back and listen to my sessions and be like, these are good songs. Like I'm just being overly critical about my shit, but I think there's more validity in going through your art, and it's not gonna be peaches and cream all the time. It's gonna be rocky road. It ain't gonna be fucking pistachio. It might be rocky road, bruh. Like the game is like that, and I've never felt like this. So I know, like Brooks XY, shout out to him, he posted something where he's not really feeling it in his career and the whole producing and all this shit. And I told him, hey man, that's normal. For you to not feel like that, I think that would be more of a problem than you feeling what you feel now. Because as artists, we experience life, and life is up and down, bro. I think I just finished up the album. I just need to like add skits and shit. But it's really like being an artist is fucking tough. And I just think that for everybody out there listening, I just want everybody to know that it's okay. Like going back to like, it's okay. We're all going on this journey. Don't let a bad day or a bad vibe like shake you out of your creativity, because you really got to be on it, bro. I'm really on it. I'm honest with myself, and I'm just like, fuck it, man. It is what it is. It was one day. I don't have too many 7-song sessions. I don't remember the last time I did fucking 7 songs. The biggest session I ever had was the 3-hour session with 9 songs. I think I want to say I did like 7 songs in 2 hours, but they were like mostly verses. I know for sure I killed the big, oh shit, I don't want to name the shit, but I did a verse for Slick, and then I killed the verse I did with Prospect, and then I did like some other shit. So I'm just like switching it up and seeing like what works, what doesn't work. I started working on Greenlight 5. So that shouldn't be a big surprise to everybody, right? Like Greenlight's going to come every year. So I love that, because I think the first 6 or 7 songs I recorded for Greenlight 4 became a lot of what was on 45 Degrees. That's why you even hear me say like Green Light 4 or Green Light on some of those songs. Cause like Dreams Come True, Dulces, fucking a bunch of songs were gonna be on 4. And I think that's what the best process to me, because I in an album, I record like a few songs, and if that doesn't become that, then it's like in that sound I figure out, oh, okay, like we got to go over here, like this is what 5 is gonna sound like. And once I did Embers off of 4, that's what kicked off the whole album. Like the first song got recorded first, and then it just went from there. So with 5, hopefully it is like that. Hopefully I don't have to record a bunch of songs. But either way, like that's just what it is. I'm really open to the album process, and I'm just doing it, man. So all the artists out there, just don't be discouraged. Just keep on making music, man, and take it a day at a time. And if you need to step back, step back. Me, I don't think I could do that. I think I'm always gonna be making music and the podcast, because the podcast is how I could connect with everybody, and the music is like how I could, well, they're both therapeutic, but it's like the music feels like more of a job when I'm just out here fucking, you know, not feeling it. And you never not want to feel it. You want to kind of just get to the point where it's like, if it got to come down, I got to record these shits like one at a time, then fuck it, let's do it one at a time and just get a real good feeling from there. But I had some topics, man. ASAP Rocky turns down plea deal for gun charges. I guess he pulled up a fake gun at ASAP. Is it Relly? And look at me, I don't even know all of my information, spreading fucking misinformation on the news. But basically, ASAP Rocky's facing 24 years. He turned down a plea deal. A lot of people are thinking that it's a bullshit case. It'll get dropped. The Rocky, you know, there's no weight to it. Rihanna's going to back him up. She's going to be in court soon. So I wish ASAP Rocky all the luck. Really bonehead shit. I think he pulled out a fake gun and started shooting and shit. Like, that's so fucking crazy. I would never do, like, if you're gonna pull a piece out, you know what I mean? I don't think I gotta explain any more, but you know, like a fake gun, like who has a fake gun? Was it like those 99-cent store guns, like the cap guns, or was it like a real gun with blanks? Whatever it is, that shit is fucking wild, you know what I mean? But shout out to ASAP Rocky. He's a really great artist. And yeah, I hope everything works out for him. Being called chief or boss. Don't ever call me no stupid shit like that. Hey, what up, chief? Hey, boss. Hey, boss, you think, you know what I mean? No, shut the fuck up. I don't sign your check. I'm not, like, hey, chief. Like, how's it going, chief? Like, do I look fucking Cherokee? Like, no, you actually guessed it, because I'm actually Swaki, like one of the last fucking native Mexican Indians to ever be in North America that just went extinct or whatever, however they put it in the books. But check this out, bro. Like, I'm not nobody's fucking chief, boss, fucking big dollars or whatever bullshit you want to say. I'm not none of that, bro. It's just, I don't know where people coming up with these things. Like, if anything is bro, and you leave it at that. You know, I just, what the fuck? Hey, boss. Hey, boss, you know what I mean? How's it going? Shut the fuck up. That's how it's going. What else we got? The ICE is out for immigration. They said there was like a border patrol or some shit like right by the freeway over here. I didn't see it in fools. I don't know. I feel like halfways it might be like panic shits, and the other half is fake. Cause I've never seen ICE out there. And like my whole life over here, and they say, oh, it's a big hot spot over there, dog. Where? Cause I've never seen them. I barely see the fucking CHP knock on wood over here. I've never seen, I don't even see the police really over here. That's how squeaky clean it is. And the ICE is gonna come through. Get the fuck out of here, man. It's just like all these people buying eggs. I went to fucking Bosco's, and this guy literally bought like the fucking half a shelf of eggs. He had all the eggs in his basket. He put all his eggs in one basket. And I look at him and say, it's a lot of eggs, bro. And he just fucking he just wheeled his cart away. And it's like, yeah, bro, why are you taking all the eggs? Are you fucking Henry the Hen or some bullshit like that? The fuck? I don't understand what it is. Henriella. But panic buying and panic misinformation and all that, I think it's really interesting with like obviously people are like spreading misinformation, this bullshit Los Angeles 2.0 conspiracy theories. We talked about that. I think it's all bullshit. Most of it. Now, some of it might actually be true, depending on what it is. Like when they cancel the fire insurance and all that. Like I get some of that, but like really find out your information and know what you're talking about. And if you are going to stand for something, really stand for it. There's this beautiful woman. I don't want to shout her out because she's all for me, but she's an influencer and she posted on her Instagram, if I show my ass, it's going to get thousands of likes and everything. But once I post like a donation or a charity, nobody likes it. She's like, and that's just goes to show you how people are. And she's right, because if she does post a picture of her big titties, I'm going to fucking leave a like and a comment. Not me personally. I'm not that like bold to be on Instagram like that, but I'm just going to be like, damn, she's bad as fuck. But if she posts a charity and shit like that, I'm not going to rock with it. Not because I don't rock with charities, because I know what it is. Charities keep 90% of the money, and the people that they're raising money for barely get anything. That's how all these organizations work. They don't really help anybody. They really help themselves because the engine got to run. They got too many people they got to pay on the books. And it's like, if I know I put $1 into feeding the homeless, I know the homeless barely gonna get a dime, if that. They'll most likely get a penny off of $1 I donated. So that's why, hello sir, would you like to donate? I don't. Not even at PetSmart. I love fucking dogs and shit. I don't like to fuck dogs. Hold on. I love dogs. I love animals. But I know for a fact that they put a sad little... What the fuck was that? What the fuck? I just heard like a squeak or some shit like that. Was that just in my mind? I don't know. But fucking... Yeah, I know that. I know when I hear like a noise or some shit... That shit just threw me the fuck off. I know when they put like a sad puppy's face or whatever, they're just trying to get money. And it's like, no, you're not going to get no fucking money from here. Was that like a squeak? That shit just threw me the fuck off. We're going to close it out right now. So, artificial food coloring. So I know like this is some shit that I want to stand up for, is like, there's studies where artificial food coloring and like microplastics are fucking with the DNA of the human race, and it's like making everybody got like micro dicks and all this other like autistic and spectrum shit like that. So that's why I took it upon myself to start cutting artificial food coloring from my diet. But that's not even really gonna go all the way too, because I eat a lot of other bullshit, but it's mainly the microplastics, right? So I think I'm gonna stop like anything with microplastics. I'm going to try to stop. But even then, like, we're fucked, because unless you just straight fucking drink out of the manguera, it's like you're not, you go to like bottles of water. Like how else are you going to drink water? You're not going to have a cup with you all the time unless you're fucking, I don't know, like saving the planet or whatever. That's like, it should be a better alternative to do it like that. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a lazy fuck. Like I could do it, but I don't know, man. I don't know if it's feasible, and I don't know if it's economically... Is it economically feasible? I don't know. Affordable, whatever the fuck the term is. But I'm starting off with artificial food coloring. I'm going to think about the next shit later. Maybe I'll go back to, like, we used to have a filter for, like, one of our sinks. So it's just, we're just using water straight out of the sink. But also, too, it's like the plastics are in the chips. They're in the food. So there's no way, even if you cut bottled water just to get microplastics out, you're still talking about microplastics and like the food that your shit is in, and like all this other shit that's just like, wow. You don't even have to consume any type of plastics. You could just be like, there's even like fabric, like certain fabrics and shit that you shouldn't wear or something because it exposes you to certain chemicals. And it's like, Jesus Christ, man, can I just fucking die in peace? Knock on wood. I mean, I just turned the great number all artists fucking, pass away at. But I'm not going to die this year. And I'm not going to die the next fucking 50 years, hopefully. And I live good and healthy and shit like that. But honestly, man, I feel like after like 19, anybody after 19 fucking like 80 is fucked. Because we're really going to see like all the kids of the Section 80 crack babies and the fucking just how fucked everybody, like how everyone is getting on the spectrum. All the babies are on the spectrum now. It's really fucking sad, bro. Like, just to give you an example, my cousins, they got right now there's 3 kids and one of them got autism. My other cousin, the only 2 kids he had with his girl, autistic. I tutored for this lady. They were brothers. The older one had autism, the younger one didn't. So I don't know what the fuck it is. It kind of reminds me of schizophrenia, where it's like just like environment type shit. But I don't know, man. A lot of shit's going around that's scaring the fuck out of me right now. So I'm cutting out artificial food coloring. Let's see. Women who always blame men. Like, I don't understand what it is. Women always blame men for shit. Oh, that's why you're not a traditional man. Like, everybody's seen that shit with Lotto and all this shit. And it's like, it sounds like you're not taking accountability for your actions. Why do women want to blame men all the time? I don't understand what men did. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not caping for guys, because there's a lot of dickhead shit. Men have dropped the ball just as many times as women have. But I just feel like a lot of what I see on social media with women is they try to push the blame on dudes, like if they're saints and they've never done nothing. It's like, yeah, but you're like, you want to be with a man that will provide everything for you and you don't want to do anything. What kind of a relationship is that? I don't understand that. Those women out there, like the gold diggers and all that shit, I will never be with one. I'm juking. I'm fucking, getting the shimmy, shimmy, yeah, that shit away from them, because there's too many out here that are fucking gold diggers. And I feel like you could see right through that. And a lot of guys that are in fucking toxic relationships, they consensualize all this shit. They know they're with a chick that's purely with them for money or bullshit, superficial things, and they fly with it. Why are you doing that? I don't understand that, But women who blame men for all their bullshit, get out of here, bro. I don't understand that. Let's see, man. Why do artists think I'm gonna support you just because I make music to like find a fan, bro? Like, I understand we all make music, but if you follow me, I'm probably not gonna follow you back, just to keep it real, even if I did meet you one time. Because it's like, a lot of artists out here, they like all your posts thinking you're gonna do it to them, and that's all it is. Or they just like love bomb you and like all your shit and then just never, and then unfollow you. They follow you for like a cool month and then they unfollow you. You'll easily see it too. Like, this fool used to watch all my stories. How come he don't watch any of them? I go to my profile, he's not even following me. So it's like, fuck you, fuck this guy. Like, I know what you about now. You just about the clout and you about the superficial bullshit. You know what I mean? So I can't get down with people like that, not at all. Bedazzled shoes are ugly, bro. Anything bedazzled makes you look like a 2010 hipster douchebag. Bedazzled is out. I don't want to see any Ed Hardy spikes on shoes, like unless it's like your rockabilly or like you have that punk goth aesthetic, you know what I mean? Punk goth aesthetic. But any bedazzled shit is corny and is stupid. Madlib and Janae Aiko, they lost their home to the Los Angeles fires, and peace and prayers and condolences, or peace, prayers and blessings, I should say, to them. And I hope everything works out. The fires really did hit a lot of people, man. And people say, oh, they knocked out the rich. Nah, man. There were some people that were barely getting by, and now they're fucked, you know? So shout out to all of them, and good energy and good spirits go out to all the people that have been affected by the fires. Mac Miller's new album has just come out. Posthumous release. I got to check that out. Classic Lay's has a recall for like undeclared milk in their shit or something, but it's like literally it's a class 1 fucking something by the FDA or whatever, and it's declared like a toxic type of thing. Thank God I don't eat those. Just the classic Lay's. And there's some Lay's, I thought all Flamin' Hot had artificial like yellow 5 and all that shit, but it doesn't. Like not all of them do. So I'm just reading even in cereal, like even in everything. Like there's so many food colorings that I'm trying to see, like mentally make a note, like, oh, this don't have it, get that, get this, get that. You know what I mean? I don't even know a fucking message of the day, man. I think the message of the day, man, is you're gonna go through rough times and things ain't gonna be pretty all the time. You know what I mean? I've said this before, but like you might as well not even like run away from life and all of its hardships. You might as well just tackle that shit head on and don't pout and bitch about it, because guess what? That's life. You're going to go through things. You're going to go through hardships, emotional. You're not going to feel good every day. Isn't going to be a brand new day. And tomorrow might not be better, but guess what? It's always going to be a better tomorrow. And with that, this is the God's Hour.
Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now, while the angels fly over my headstone.